I'm not a representative taxpayer. As a mid-career professional living in New York, my income is higher than the national median. I use an accountant, since I sometimes have freelance income that triggers provisions of the tax code I know nothing about. Since I own a home and pay a mortgage, I itemize deductions, like 44 million other Americans, instead of claiming the smaller standard deduction. All told, itemized deductions reduced my taxable income by 24% in 2016. The House plan would also double the standard deduction for most filers. For some taxpayers who currently itemize, that would make it a better option to simply claim the standard deduction. But not for me. I'd still lower my taxable income more by itemizing. With fewer itemized deductions, my taxable income would go up by about 16%. If the current tax brackets remained in place, I'd have to pay more in taxes. But my tax bill under the GOP plan would actually be lower, for two reasons. First, I'd end up in a slightly lower marginal tax bracket. And second, I'd save big through the elimination of the alternative minimum tax, or the AMT. About 5 million filers pay the AMT, which Congress put into place in 1979. The original idea was to set up a parallel tax structure for high-income filers who use deductions and loopholes to sharply reduce their tax bill or even cut it to zero under the ordinary tax code. The AMT pushed up Trump's tax bill by $31 million in 2005, the one year this century for which his tax return is public. While originally targeted at the rich, however, the AMT has morphed over time into a complicated add-on tax that mainly affects families with children who live in high-tax states, according to the Tax Policy Center. That's me, I guess. The complexities of the AMT are one reason I pay an accountant to do my taxes, so that I pay the least amount of tax while making sure I don't break any rules the IRS could penalize me for. The AMT added a kind of surtax to my overall tax bill in 2016. Under the House plan, there would be no AMT put it all together, and I'd have fewer itemized deductions to claim, but no AMT surtax. My net tax bill would drop by about 11% under the House plan, more than $5,000 in tax savings per year. If that windfall materialized, I'd probably try to save most of it, rather than spend it. Confidential tip line, Rick Newman at News Pulse. Encrypted communication available. Rick Newman is the author of 4 books, including Rebounders, How Winners Pivot from Setback to Success. Follow him on Twitter, at Rick Newman.